Sir? Sir, are you listening to me, sir? Sir, I'm talking to you!
Prepare to treat yourself. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 moments from Parks and Recreation.
You know what? I'll help you set up a profile. It'll be fun.
All right, yeah, let's do it. Okay, good. I'm glad that's over.
Oh, it's not.
For this list, we'll be looking at scenes from the 7 memorable seasons of Parks and Recreation that had our sides hurting with laughter, hearts melting with emotion, and sometimes a little bit of both.
I'm so alone. If even one of you thinks about dry heaving in my car, you're all walking home.
Number 10, Leslie finally meets Joe Biden.
How did you do this?
Call in a few favors.
Excuse me.
Girls growing up in the 80s may have idolized the likes of David Hasselhoff or Harrison Ford, but not Leslie. Her heroes and at times erotic fantasies are far more likely to be on Capitol Hill than the Hollywood Hills. And one silver-haired fox has stood out above the rest to Ms. Knope as the gold standard for men.
And you must be Leslie Knope. Welcome. Welcome.
My name just came out of your mouth.
Well, yeah, it did.
Thanks to her dutiful husband, Leslie gets a brief chance to interact with Vice President Joe Biden. And viewers get the opportunity to laugh at her bewilderment.
The reason you're here is, I'm told, you've done such a great job in your town and in the state of Indiana. And I just want to say congratulations for your public service.
And I just want to say thank you.
Well, you're very welcome. You're very welcome.
She speaks just slightly too loudly and answers just a little too quickly when spoken to. And several seasons of built-up love for Joe pay off in this one hilarious scene.
You don't let anything happen to him, do you understand me? He is precious cargo.
Number 9, Tom's food list.
Desserts are what I call desserts. Trays are entrees. I call sandwiches Sammy's, Sandoozles, or Adam Sandler's.
If Tom Haverford's personality were boiled down to one word, it would be eccentric. Pessimists see their glass as half empty, optimists see it as half full, and Tom just wonders why it contains boring old water instead of super water.
I call eggs pre-birds or future birds. Root beer is super water. Tortillas are bean blankies, and I call forks food rakes.
These bursts of eccentricity are not uncommon for Tom, but here we're given a special treat with a long cut of goofy names he gives food. The glow in Tom's eyes as he informs the audience of each quote-unquote brilliant nickname is priceless.
I call cakes big old cookies. I call noodles long-ass rice. Fried chicken is fry chicky chick.
The comedians that bring the Parks and Rec characters to life are all brilliant, but we gotta give a special nod in this case. Well done, Aziz.
Yeah, you can get as many desserts as you want.
Well, let's get in my Go-Go Mobile car.
Number 8, Leslie Knope's debate finishing statement.
And Leslie Knope, closing statement.
I'm very angry.
Upon revisiting season 1 of Parks and Recreation, it's truly amazing to see how multi-dimensional the show's characters have become. Leslie in particular has been fleshed out as strong, intelligent, and overwhelmingly passionate about public service.
Corporations are not allowed to dictate what a city needs. That power belongs to the people. Bobby Newport and his daddy would like you to think it belongs to them.
One of the most trying periods of the series for her, however, was the road to city council, which reached a breaking point when Bobby Newport held the town hostage with threats to take his business elsewhere if not elected.
As your city councilor, I will make sure that no one takes advantage of Pawnee. If I seem too passionate, it's because I care. And if I come on strong, it's because I feel strongly. And if I push too hard, it's because things aren't moving fast enough.
In a time where passionate women are labeled overbearing far too often, Leslie, and by extension Amy Poehler, stressed the passion that drives her message and relentless work. And this is why she's the champion of the Parks Department and the show as a whole.
This is my home. You are my family. And I promise you, I'm not going anywhere.
Holy Leslie, that was awesome.
Number 7, elderly sex ed.
Hello. Can everyone hear me okay? No. Okay, great. I'm Councilwoman Leslie Knope.
Parks and Recreation knows how to be sentimental one moment and dive into the finer points of intercourse for elderly folk the next.
I know this is a personal question, but how many of you out there are sexually active? Oh my,
I have two partners, often at the same time.
As this scene suggests, senior citizen sexual engagement is a very real thing.
Does anyone know what we risk when we have unprotected sex?
Heart attack.
Broken hip.
Partner dies on top of you.
Apparently, one of the writers decided this phenomenon was a great niche topic to exploit during the sex education episode of the series.
Are these old people really having sex with each other? Yeah, what did you think they were doing? I thought we were just talking about it.
We're sorry for anyone who made the mistake of watching this episode with their parents, but for everyone else, this was a hilarious treat that, for better or worse, was forevermore ingrained in our minds.
The best way to prevent them is to use protection.
Well, that's all fine and good. But what if the banana is soft and mushy and dog legs sharply to the left?
Oh.
Number 6. Tom and JeanRalphio give a tour of Entertainment 720.
There was no one on the other end of that phone call, but soon there will be. Welcome to the Dreamatorium, aka the headquarters of Entertainment 720.
As we've established, Tom Haverford has a tendency towards eccentricity, and his business venture / complete disaster with JeanRalphio perfectly exemplifies this.
A pool table, a ping pong table, a lounge area, a couch with a ceiling on it, in-house DJ, DJ Blundin, and best of all, former NBA superstar Detlef Schrempf is on retainer.
Their tour reads like a Dos Equis commercial, except instead of listing off crazy stories from their past, the duo lists off ridiculous activities that Entertainment 720 would help accomplish in the future.
Why do we keep our petty cash in a clear plastic toilet bowl?
I don't know, maybe because we're flush with cash.
Only one reasonable question is asked during the entire tour. Shouldn't you focus on building your client base? And it's answered with a simple no.
Thanks a lot, Forbes magazine, but we didn't hire you to give us business advice. We hired you to look pretty and shoot baskets. So why don't you head over there and do your thing?
Tom's flair would eventually work for him, but in this instance, it's unrealistic, unfocused, and ultimately, highly amusing.
First you set up the pond, then you reel in the fish.
Big D, hit me! Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh! Come on!
We're living the dream.
Number 5. Garth Blundin's Star Wars Filibuster.
Article 7, Section 3 allows for a citizen filibuster.
What would a show about government be without a Mr. Smith Goes to Washington-esque filibuster scene? Garth Blundin, played by Patton Oswalt, doesn't see eye to eye with Leslie regarding some outdated Pawnee laws, and he takes to the city forum to stand up for what he believes in.
I would now like to share some ideas I have for J.J. Abrams' 7th chapter in the Star Wars saga. Pan down from the twin suns of Tatooine, we are now close on the mouth of the Sarlacc pit.
Given Oswalt's self-proclaimed obsession with Star Wars, he was given free rein to describe his vision for Star Wars Episode 7 in the nearly 9-minute filibuster scene, which we highly recommend viewing uncut.
If he holds the reality gem, that means he can jump from different realities. This will be our link to the Marvel Universe from the Star Wars universe.
Living in a post-Episode 7 world, it looks like his vision wasn't entirely accurate. But fans of both Star Wars and Parks and Rec have much to enjoy in this impressive rant. We're still not sure how the extras behind Garth aren't in stitches.
You start by casually repealing a couple of old laws. The next thing you know, your jackbooted stormtroopers are kicking in my door and arresting my wife for no reason if I were married.
Number 4. Treat yourself.
3 words for you. Treat yourself.
With what is debatably the most quoted adage of the entire series, we're shown that the good life should be accessible to everyone, at least for one day a year.
What do we treat ourselves to?
Clothes.
Treat yourself.
Fragrances.
Treat yourself.
Massages.
Treat yourself.
Mimosas.
Treat yourself.
Fine leather goods.
Treat yourself.
It's the best day of the year.
The best day of the year!
Donna and Tom have chameleonaire tastes on a Costco budget, but for 24 hours, this does not matter to them. The prop pieces and outfits brought in for this gag are uproarious and over-the-top hilarious.
Treat Yourself Day is just a day where you go to the spa and then the mall.
I knew you wouldn't get it.
It's difficult not to feel the characters' glee as they indulge themselves again and again and again.
I really want this dress, and I like this crystal beetle, but it's expensive, and there's no use for it.
Don Amigo, treat yourself.
Culminating in Ben Wyatt crying in a crime-fighting costume, this episode is, in and of itself, its own special treat.
I really needed this. I gotta treat myself.
Uh-oh, Batman's crying.
Number 3. Ben and Leslie's wedding.
Oh, baby, let your
Whether it's two star-crossed government workers hugging deeply after a heartwarming proposal, or the impromptu wedding it leads to, Parks and Rec never misses an opportunity to force viewers to break out the tissues. And the spontaneous wedding that takes place in Leslie's favorite spot on the planet ensures there's not a dry eye in the audience.
So I say, let's keep it short and sweet.
Yes, just do it already.
The payoff was 5 seasons in the making, and perfectly exemplifies the strong relationships built by the central characters in the series.
And then I came here, and I realized that this whole time I was just wandering around everywhere, just looking for you.
While Leslie and Ben's chemistry goes without saying, their friends' pride and excitement is palpable, making this wedding experience particularly endearing.
And now, with the power vested in me by the state of Indiana, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss the, well, oops.
Number 2, snake juice.
Why aren't you holding snake juice?
I'm more of a whiskey man.
Snake juice is another Tom Haverford, JeanRalphio exclusive, guaranteed to taste great and ensure an even better night.
I know, I feel so much healthier. I've still got a full week to go before the broth stage.
Pre-broth is an amazing stage. It's when you're most alert.
It's oftentimes hilarious to see friends you've known for quite some time getting hammered in a social setting. And here we get to see these on-screen comrades we've spent 3 seasons getting to know getting wasted on what's basically rat poison.
You don't even know one thing. I didn't even say one thing, and then she asked me the whole thing, and I didn't even do it once.
I'm like an elephant, okay? If I walk into a room, it's like, okay, he's in there.
Sadly, we weren't given a Drunk Donna clip, but the others are hysterical and so on point. In particular, Ron Swanson is at his most memorable whenever he does something that's highly un-Swanson. Tom, the yin to his yang, helps extract this, allowing us to enjoy the hysteria of the evening while skipping out on the morning after hangover. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
It's the Iron Throne. Oh, it's the Iron Throne.
Yes, it is. I had a guy at the model store make a replica. He's a bigger Game of Thrones fan than you are.
I worry what you just heard was, give me a lot of bacon and eggs. What I said was, give me all the bacon and eggs you have.
The video shows that the pie came from a high angle, so it would have hit your face like this.
Don't close your eyes.
Number 1, ice walking to the platform.
It's not a basketball court anymore, it's an ice skating rink.
Wait, what? Why? What happened?
The art of the cringe has been mastered in recent years, particularly by TV mockumentaries. Creativity is key when it comes to anything, and that's proven when a campaign rally, an ice rink, and a luxurious red carpet that's just a little too short come together to create one of the funniest scenes in Parks and Rec history. For 2 minutes, we're barraged with prop pieces, adding to the awkwardness.
Everybody smile away, smile away.
The 3-legged dog, the ironic background music, the stage that's erected far too high. Nothing goes horribly wrong, but nothing goes right either. Awkward humor doesn't get much better than this, and it's hard not to feel sorry for these fictional characters who just can't catch a break. Between the gales of laughter, that is.
Together we can defeat obese children.
Do you agree with our list?
I'm sorry. Okay, this is just a disaster, isn't it?
Which moments in Parks and Rec were your favorite?
This is the most stressed out I've ever been.
For more remarkable top 10s on your favorite TV shows published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
What's hot, DJ Roomba? DJ Roomba!